Welcome to the Daily Ledger. This briefing is supported by Clinician Assist. Across the AI market, accountability is fracturing at the edges. We are tracking a widening gap between the promises technology companies sell and the realities they actually support. Israel is funding a PR campaign to influence how language models answer questions about the Israel Defense Forces. Over 9 days, a site called the Hanover Institute published 124 articles titled exactly like chatbot prompts. This diagram illustrates the transparency gap. The Hanover website includes a legally mandated FARA disclosure at the bottom of its pages. But when a chatbot aggregates this data to answer a user's prompt, that funding context is completely stripped away. This split screen compares OpenAI's internal safety posture against its staffing. On the left is the company's official Preparedness Framework, which promises to catch severe risks before a model ships. The document remains locked to a publication date of April 2025. On the right, we see the personnel assigned to execute it. OpenAI just disbanded its preparedness team, calling the cuts a streamlining process ahead of an IPO. This is the third safety group dissolved in roughly 2 years, alongside the departures of an ethics lead, chief futurist, and head of safety. Whether dealing with state-sponsored PR campaigns or corporate risk rulebooks, the foundational frameworks governing AI lack durable transparency for the person reading the screen. In North Dakota, the state superintendent of public instruction addressed lawmakers and refused to ask for a blanket ban on AI in public schools. Instead, he targeted companion chatbots. He requested 3 strict regulations for vendors: mandatory disclosure that a user is communicating with an AI, hard age limits, and direct liability if a chatbot promotes self-harm. While educators try to push liability back onto vendors, enterprise IT administrators are facing new blind spots. OpenAI's ChatGPT desktop app for Mac now features computer history, which tracks user clicks and keystrokes to give the model context. This matrix compares the implementations. Microsoft Recall captured full screenshots, while ChatGPT records narrower application events. However, OpenAI has not published a retention period for this timeline, nor has it detailed any administrator controls for enterprise deployments. From school superintendents managing student safety to IT directors securing work laptops, institutional leaders are left to manage unregulated data collection and liability on their own. At the consumer level, Microsoft is removing its animated character Miko from Copilot's general voice mod and migrating it to a specific tutoring product called Learn Live. The new deployment creates immediate compliance gaps. Microsoft has published no usage figures to justify the move, no stated age floor for the tutoring environment, and no supervision model for children interacting with the animated tutor. The cost of a corporate shift is borne entirely by the user. A 10-year-old neurodivergent boy relied on a little robot named Moxie to manage his anxiety for 6 years. This graphic breaks down the purchase. Embodied Incorporated sold Moxie for up to $1,499, plus a $40 monthly subscription. When the company ran out of money, the servers went dark, rendering the hardware useless. Nothing in that price guaranteed a service life or an offline mode. The child's device only functions today because a former employee built an unauthorized software workaround on his own time. Hardware companions marketed for children currently ship with zero legal obligation for service continuity if the vendor fails. Whether it is a voter reading a stripped political citation, an employee generating an unmanaged activity timeline, or a child talking to an abandoned robot, the end user holds the exposure. The AI market continues to outpace its own obligations. We will keep the ledger.